Hey, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like that. I'm feeling like I need to move the camera down a bit. That's better. So yes, welcome. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. So I had 3 guys return back into my life within 7 days after I posted the video about the fact that I was on a dating app detox, fed up with online dating. So during that time, the first guy to contact me was the 21-year-old Indian guy who I did kiss. And yeah, that was back in May. And at the time, I really enjoyed it and it was amazing. And it was in public, which I love kissing in public. And it was a great experience. And so that experience was good, but unfortunately, he just wanted to meet up for hookups, for kissing. And I explained on Facebook to him that that was not what I wanted. And he basically wanted to continue to see me, to kiss me, and that's all he wanted. But until he met someone else, right? This is not on. It's disgusting to treat women this way. And I told him basically that I wasn't happy about that, and that I would be blocking him on Facebook because I couldn't stay friends with a guy like that because he kept wanting to meet me up for kissing, hookups, basically. And so I let him go from my life, and then he came back into my life. He contacted me a couple of times through my business page, and then after he saw the video, because he watches this channel, after I posted that video about the dating app detox, he turned up in my email, which is connected to this channel, and started emailing me. And the thing that's really bad is he emails me so casually, like really casually, like I don't mean anything to him, yet still talks about our kiss, still thinks about our kiss, and was trying to persuade me to meet up with him again for kissing, saying that basically, no one can kiss me the way he kisses me. It takes 2 to kiss. There wasn't just him involved in that kiss, there was me involved in that kiss as well. And I could just equally say that to him, right? But, I've wished him well to find someone else, but it's not on to keep coming back into a woman's life or anyone's life expecting to have a kissing hookup and use someone for kissing, right? Because obviously I don't have sex and he knows that. Then he wants to meet me for kissing hookups in secret in my flat. It's like, there's no way I'm having a guy in my flat. Categorically, it's not going to happen. And he's like, oh, it's inevitable we'll be together, whether you like it or not. You can't speak to women like this, right? You can't tell a woman you're going to do something to her be in a situation with her where she likes it or not. Why on earth would you want me to be in a situation with you where I am doing it because you've told me to do it, because that's what you want, not what I want, right? I wanted a relationship. On Facebook dating, I made that quite clear to him. I made it quite clear in the video date before I saw him. I've made it quite clear since. He's not ready for a relationship. That's fair enough. But don't come back into my life if you're not ready for a relationship, and that's what I want, because you cannot make me happy. I wrote an email full of all the reasons back to him why he is not able to match my needs. And he even said, I know we got different needs and desires, but we can meet up for kissing still, can't we? Hello, you have to have compatibility even to meet up for kissing. I'm not going to meet up with a guy for kissing who can't match my needs long term, because I'm not interested in hookups, right? I have feelings, I have emotions. I'm not emotionless. this guy, the 21-year-old guy, seems emotionless a lot of the time towards me. Like, when he comes back into my life, it's just like casual conversation, like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Like someone would talk to me down the pub, but I get even better people talking to me better down the pub, to be quite frank with you. You know, it's not on to treat women like this, right? I have been very considerate of this guy's feelings overall, but I'm here to tell you, so you know, from a young age, 21 you are, that it's not okay to treat women like this. It's not okay to try and manipulate their minds into thinking you're the only one that can kiss them like that, and that they should do it, you know, meet up with you because it's inevitable, whether they like it or not. You don't answer my messages the majority of the time, you just ignore me. It's disgusting. And you want us to, the only time you'll do public displays of affection is if it's in some place where people basically can't see us. You know, like I'm some sort of secret, dirty little secret. I'm not interested in that. I hate guys like that. I despise guys who treat women like dirt and who want them as their dirty little secret or whatever they want to do and hook up, right? I'm not interested in younger guys because I want to fuck their mouth or their body. I'm interested in a serious, committed relationship with someone who's 21 years and up. If that isn't you, then stop contacting me, right? Because at the end of the day, if you can't forget our kiss and you can't get me out of your head, but you still can't treat me right, there's no point in coming back into my life. I'm saying this because I know you watch my channel. And I'm saying it to stick up for all the women out there and the people that are treated disgustingly. Right? Have you got no conscience whatsoever? You know, you are hurting people when you're being like this. It's disgusting. It's about time you got told, because I'm fed up with it. I'm absolutely fed up with it. Right? I'm going to go on to the second guy and the third guy. So 3 guys showed up in 7 days and none of them are any good for me. And all of them are not good. He's a big weirdo for lying to himself like that. He knows what he did, but denies it. You know, this is a 21-year-old, right? You know, and you know, I loved the kiss with him at the time, but I made it quite clear that I wanted a relationship. If he's not ready for a relationship, then why is he coming after me for a kissing hookup when I said I want a relationship? Because he's completely ignoring my wishes, ignoring my boundaries, and was trying to get me to. I said, you're not going to manipulate my mind into thinking you're the only guy that can kiss me like that. You know, yes, maybe you're the only guy can kiss me like that specific way because it's your way, but there are other guys out there that can kiss very, very good. Very, very well. And I told him, I'll have a guy kissing me better than he will because I'll have a guy in the future actually loving me. Right? And I'm a good kisser. It takes 2 to kiss. If he thinks that every woman who kisses him in the future is going to kiss him like that, he probably knows they're not. That's probably why he keeps coming after me, because he wants me to kiss him specifically. So why he's trying to manipulate my mind into saying, oh, I'm the only one, like he's the only one who can kiss me like that. Actually, he probably keeps remembering me thinking, oh, it's probably Sandra. How am I going to meet someone else and kiss them like I kiss Sandra, because they're not going to be Sandra, and that probably annoys him. But that means he doesn't care about me. If you care about someone and you genuinely care about the person, you wouldn't want to do stuff that upsets them, hurts their feelings and stuff. Alexandra Farsi, hello, lots of love to you. You know, if you truly care about someone, you would not want to hurt their feelings. You would not want to manipulate their mind to saying, I'm, you know, basically the only one who can kiss you like that. I told him, I said I can go to clubs to get guys to kiss me if I just want to kiss like guys like that. And it's much better for me in my seat. I go home and I don't get attached to them, right? But I did get a bit attached to him, you know, but he's just ignoring my messages, right? He asked me to unblock him. What happened? So basically 3 guys came back into my life within 7 days when I said I was detoxing from dating apps, right? And 2 of them I dated in May. In person or Facebook dating. The other one I'm going to go into, but this is the first guy I'm talking about, the 21-year-old Indian guy who I loved kissing at the time. I will never take that back. I don't regret it at all. But at the end of the day, he keeps contacting me to meet up with him for kissing hookups, right? Clearly not really giving a shite about me. All he cares about is himself. And he says, oh, I do, but I do care about you. How do you care about me? How does he care about me? He doesn't. He just messages me when he damn well feels like it, acting all casual. And I remember going back to Facebook dating when I first met him, telling me that he's read these articles that play games with women's heads as shit. Excuse my language, I'm going to be swearing tonight. So I do apologise in advance, right? But if you're reading a load of crap like that, you're going to really hurt people's feelings. And if you're 21, you need to know that now so you don't continue to hurt women, right? You do not play games with people who want real relationships. Game players are game players. You want women to play games with you? Go and get a flaming woman that will play games back and see how crap she treats you. See how she uses you for sex. See how she plays on your emotions because you wouldn't like it. I'm absolutely sick of guys, however old you are, treating women like this. And don't think that younger guys don't treat older women badly. Like some people think, oh, the older woman's going after the younger guy. No, at the end of the day, and like, oh, the poor younger guy. No, it's not like that at all. Younger guys know exactly what they're flaming doing. I'm telling you, I've got experience, a lot of experience of this, right? They know exactly what they're doing, right? At the end of the day, I do not want a guy who I am some little secret. If he can't tell his parents about me, which I know he definitely won't because he's, you know, an older woman, tell his parents, his Indian parents, because he has got no guts and also because he doesn't really want them to know about me. But at the end of the day, if he did care about me, he would tell his parents, like, I like this older girl. I want you to meet her on video chat or something, you know? But no, he's not Ace, Alexandra. Alexandra. Is it Alexandra or Alexandro? Alexandro. No, he's not asexual at all. And he knows that I'm asexual. I make that quite clear on my Facebook dating. Right, but he said he could be without sex, and without, which I highly suspect not at all, because he's a very horny guy, you know, because he wants to meet for kissing hookups. That's not like an actual, you know, kissing hookups, because he knows I don't have sex, but he wanted to come back to my flat and do more kissing, so it's clearly going to get more sexual, and I'm not having him back to my flat, you know. It's disgusting he's even expecting me to do that, right? I'm sure his mum and his sister wouldn't appreciate, you know, if they knew he was asking to go back to a woman's flat, you know. A lot of Indian guys I meet, like, it's like, would you treat your sister or your mother like that? If some guy came into your mother's inbox on Facebook or email or whatever, or your sister's, and they had a guy being like this with her, would you think that guy was good for her? No. So why are you treating me this way? It's disgusting, you know. And, you know, I admitted that I had things from him. I've actually had a missed call from him, but I blocked him. So it's a blocked missed call. And so basically I sent him messages on that. So he was emailing me like, oh, I really do care about you and all the rest of it. And was all about meeting up with me again. And I told him that I'm not interested in kissing hookups again. And I told him a list of reasons why we're not suitable. And he said it was really good to talk to me and stuff. And so anyway, to cut a long story short, I didn't know whether to meet up with him again or not. I don't want to meet up for kissing hookups at all. And so anyway, I was going to London, as you know, for the War of the Worlds event, and my friend can go because they were sick. And so I did. He said, he's like in his emails going, oh, I go the extra mile for you, Sandra. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll put it to the test. So I messaged him in the morning and phoned him to see if he would like to go to War of the Worlds, which was at the last minute. It was very late. And so obviously he's perfectly entitled to say no. And it's really short notice. Of course he couldn't do it. Fair enough. But no, he just completely doesn't answer his phone, doesn't even look at his messages till the 1st of August, and I sent them on the 28th of July, right? So he's just ignoring my messages, yet he asked me to unblock him on my phone and Facebook. I didn't unblock him on Facebook, I only unblocked him on my phone. What's the point in me unblocking him if he just ignores my messages? It's so flaming rude and ignorant, right? I hate guys that do that type of thing, right? So I don't know what rubbish then I would recommend to date an ace sex repulse guy. Yeah, I know, but I can't find a suitable ace sex repulse guy for me. I've been looking since 2014. You know, if I could have an ace sex repulse guy, it'd be great. But at the end of the day, I can't find one. So I found this guy on Facebook dating, right? But, you know, because I was trying something different. And also I have sexual behavior, but zero sexual attraction. So some asexual guys I'm too sexual in behavior for, but I'm not sexual enough for sexual guys. So I kind of get a bit stuck, you know, because I am nudity repulsed. I'm not interested in seeing guys' genitals, but I have sexual behavior the way I like to kiss and stuff like that. But I have zero sexual attraction. So yeah, ideally it would be absolutely wonderful, Alexandra, if I could meet an asexual guy who was sex repulsed. But at the end of the day, I've been trying since 2014 to find that guy, and I believe my soulmate's actually Indian, and I still haven't found him yet. And a lot of asexual guys as well, they don't, obviously I'm out to the world about being asexual, so he's got to be comfortable with that, because everyone's going to know he's asexual, or his sexuality, even if he's not asexual. If it was a different guy, a heterosexual, for example, they're all going to know that he's with an asexual girl. And a lot of asexual guys, they don't want that because they're in secret as well, you know. But anyway, it's not okay to treat women like this. It's not okay to come in a woman's inbox and start trying to have a kissing hookup with her all the time. And, you know, like just doing that, you know, it's just selfish reasons. They don't care about me. They don't want a relationship with me. They've made that perfectly clear. So if they don't want a relationship with me and they know I want a relationship, why keep contacting me? You know, they want some casual friends with benefits stuff. I don't do friends with benefits, right? I'm not interested in friends with benefits. I've got beautiful friends, beautiful asexual friends. Have you ever dated an Indian guy? Yes, well, this was a guy I dated back in May. This was a guy I had a date with back in May. And yeah, so this was a guy I had an Indian guy kiss me in a club a few years ago, which was a dream come true for me. But I wanted to date an Indian guy in person. And this guy who I'm talking about, the 21-year-old Indian guy, it was like a dream because I'd always wanted to date an Indian guy. But, Italian, no, not Italian. I like Indian guys. But, you know, I haven't dated an Italian guy at all. No. But, you know, I am open to other foreign guys more now because I'm getting a bit fed up with the way Indian guys treat me. But it's not just Indian guys, you know, it's an individual thing. But obviously Indian guys are very cultural. They're very old mummy and daddy can't see who I'm dating, and you know what I mean? They're very like, you know, secretive, and you know, like it's gotta be like mum and dad's approval a lot of the time and stuff like that. That's why I actually said to about introducing me to his parents. But obviously, because he's so young, they probably might not like it. But at the end of the day, it's better than creeping around, isn't it? But anyway, I like public displays of affection. I do not want to be with a guy. He knows this. If he wants to be with women that will creep around with him, go and get a woman that will creep around with him and give him sex or whatever he wants to do. But why come after me when I don't want that? You know, German guys. No, I haven't dated a German guy. I had a boyfriend who was Afghanistan. I had a boyfriend who was Persian in the past. I had a boyfriend who was Latino in the past. So those are my 3 foreign boyfriends in the past: Afghanistan, Latino, and Persian. If I was you, I would be more careful dating guys in their early 20s. I think most of them just want hookups. Yeah, well, I like guys in their 20s. It's the way it is for me. You know, so I can't help who I like. And, you know, I just like guys in their early to mid 20s. I'm attracted to younger guys. I'm not attracted to older guys at all. I don't like being around them physically at all. But, you know, even if I do like younger guys and they want, I've told him I don't want hookups. Well, why pursue me if I've told him I don't want hookups? You know, at the end of the day, it's not okay to treat women like this. And I'm doing this video on behalf of not just me, but women women and people. It's not okay to treat people like this, you know? And at the end of the day, there are a lot of guys in their 20s that do want hookups, but there are equally guys that are sex mad in their 50s, which I'm definitely not interested in guys in their 50s, you know? I have dated a few guys in their early 30s, but they are just immature as well. It goes on the person. And, you know, it goes on the person and how mature they are. I've known 21-year-olds who are very, very mature and know exactly what they want in life. When I was 19 years old, I left home. Did he tell you he wanted something serious? Well, I was on Facebook dating, and I said to him that I'm looking for a relationship. Before I met up with him, I'm looking for a relationship. And then he said he was interested in a relationship too, but he didn't say that straight away because I kept saying to him that I'm interested in a relationship. And so since then, I had left his life on Facebook because he kept saying he wanted to meet up just for kissing. So I left his life. So I blocked him on Facebook. Then he contacted me on my business pages. And, and then I thought I'll talk to him again because I thought he was missing me. And then anyway, I blocked him again on my phone, and then he was on my email. He knows I like him. I do like him aesthetically, and he knows I like Indian guys. And so, so I told him that I wanted something serious. Wonder what his idea of relationship is. He doesn't want it now. He emailed me, came back into my life, emailed me and told me he doesn't want a relationship. He's not ready for it. Well, first of all, before he came to email, the last conversation I had with him was basically that he wanted to meet up for kissing until he found someone else. It's like not okay to use women like that. And I told him I don't want that. And then when he emailed me, he said he wasn't ready for a relationship. So why contact me when I want a relationship? And he knows that, and he's not ready for a relationship. So it's just an excuse. Huge red flag. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, anyway, so it was in my email, and I wrote a huge long list telling him what needs I have in a relationship, and he can't match any of them. And he's like, oh, well, I could live without kids and be without sex. I told you that already. I'm like, well, I don't think he could be without sex because he's really horny guy, like really sexual guy. He was very respectful though. I have to say that. When we met up for kissing, when we did meet up, we met up and he was very intending to kiss me. It was all kind of planned, but then I don't want to get COVID, but I said to him, I don't just want to kiss. I'm looking for a serious relationship. And after that, I was like, he wanted to just meet up for kissing again, and I don't want to do that. But it wasn't in public either. It's in my flat. He wanted to come to my flat, kept insisting. I'm like, no, I'm not having you in my flat. You're a stranger. Like, I've only met up with you once, and I'm looking for a serious relationship. I'm not looking just to. And he's like, oh, well, we're both like single. We can do that, can't we? In the meantime, it's like, no. And so like it's really difficult because I ended up getting some love feelings for him. I did a video about it. It was really hard to admit that to myself because I didn't mean for that to happen, but I do get attached, which is why I don't usually ever do casual relationships or anything like that because I get too attached. I'm that type of person. I'm very monogamous. I can kiss guys in clubs because I've trained myself like that, and that took years. If you watch my channel, I've been doing this channel since 2015. You will see my dating journey. And how I used to be very attached even to guys in clubs. It's very difficult for me. But I can still get attached to guys in clubs if I see them more than once. But usually I just like, I'm able to detach from guys now, which is I'm having to train myself to do that. It's really difficult because it's not natural for me to do that. And so anyway, I'm just wanting to do this video to say it's not okay to treat women like it's not okay to keep coming after a woman who she wants a serious relationship. You don't, and just meeting her for kissing hookups. And I don't see how we could live without sex. I mean, but he was very respectful. I have to say, when he came and we were kissing, he'd asked me beforehand, which was a bit uncomfortable, some of it, when he was asking me, but he asked me beforehand, what was he allowed to do, not allowed to do, and he really respected my boundaries. He didn't touch anywhere he wasn't meant to touch, and he was very, very good like that. And I honestly, I'm happy he was like that. But after that, he just wanted to meet up, to hook up, kissing in my flat. It's like, I'm not having that. And I've told him, and also, I've told him in the last email, he's not going to manipulate my mind into thinking he's the only guy that can kiss me like that, right? Like, I didn't criticize any of his kissing at all. But there's, there's always room for improvement with anyone, with anything, isn't there? You know what I'm saying? And also, I said to him, I can get a better guy, I can get a better experience from another guy because I get a guy who loves me, and it's so much better kissing a guy who loves you than not. And I know because I've been in a serious relationship where I've had a guy love me and I was kissing him. It's so much better, and so anyway, yeah, it's just not good, and I need to make it clear that it's not okay to do that. It's not okay to ignore a girl's messages, especially if you've asked her to unblock you so you can message her again. It's not okay to ignore a girl or anyone. It's not okay to play mind games. It's not okay to wait for days to read her messages. It's not okay to come back into her life and want to hook up with her. It's not okay to go in a woman's flat who you barely know, and it's not okay to expect things and manipulate the mind for her to think you're the only one she can get. I have loads of guys after me all the time, mostly sexual, obviously, but you know, it's just like the way it is. But you know what I mean? Like, I would much rather be with a guy who loves me, kissing me, because I can be much more freer and relaxed then. And also, it's a much better experience. Like, it's much better, you know, to have someone love you and kiss you. It's much better. And I don't want to meet up with, as much as I love kissing him, I do think about kissing him. I don't want to meet up to do that because I have attachment already. I have some feelings there, you know, whereas he couldn't really care less, you know. It's like he doesn't talk intelligently to me either. You know what I mean? And he's like that's all he wants is to hook up for kissing. It's just disgusting, right? You know, it's very sad, and it's not okay to do this. It's not okay to play with my emotions. It's not okay to come in and out of my life when you feel like it, when you're feeling whatever, horny or whatever's going on, or you're just, you know, can't get me out of your head. You can't get me out of your head, then treat me better and don't be like this, you know. It's ridiculous. You know, at the end of the day, he might never get it was his first kiss. He will remember that for the rest of his life. But if he doesn't want to be in a relationship with me because he doesn't see me in his future, that's fair enough. I wish him luck, but stop. But you know, if you're going to be with another girl, don't play games with her and not message her, and then message her when you want something from her, like a body or a mouth or whatever, and then be like this with her. It's just not on. I can't believe you would actually think that that's okay, you know. And so it's just disgusting. And I've been very polite up till now about this person, but I need to say something because I just don't I was going to say, I know I don't like people being treated this way, including myself, right? I am a kind-hearted girl, and people know this that watch my channel, and they think they can take advantage of me, but they can't, right? Because at the end of the day, my heart's precious. I'm a very, very kind, caring, loving person. Whatever guy ends up with me in the future, he will be very, very lucky if I ever end up in a relationship, because I'm quite happy being single at the moment. I'm not actively being on dating apps anymore. I've got my own life. I look after myself. But at the end of the day, you know, it's not good. Hi, Alice. Lots of love to you. And so yeah, I just, you know, I needed to say something about that because he told me he watches his channel, so I'm telling him straight now through this channel that it's disgusting to treat women like this. And I don't know what rubbish he's reading or watching or his own mind is making up, but you should be watching this channel and getting my Asexual Guide to Sex book when it comes out, because you'll really need it. And it shows people how to have a healthy, happy relationship in that book. So it's actually a relationships book, not just a guide to sex anymore. So anyone who wants a healthy relationship, they can like really all that type of stuff coming up. And I haven't finished the Asexual Guide to Sex yet, but I plan to finish it as soon as possible. Hi, thanks. Good to see your live stream and powerful message as I have time to see this live. Yeah, I have been answering some of your messages, but I haven't like really said hi, Alice, your name, sorry. It's just I'm on a bit of a rant tonight, as you can tell. So and I'm trying to remember everything I need to say, you know, and it's just like it's lovely to see you because we message quite a lot. Lots of love to you. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. You know, and so I just want to, you know, I wanted to say this video because I know some of these guys watch this channel, if not all of them. And, you know, I want them to know it's not okay to treat women like this. And they need to stop this, like, I don't know what rubbish they have been reading or think they know. But, you know, this is not the way real relationships work. You don't ignore a woman to make her want you more. It's just like being rude and ignorant to her, you know? You don't foster good relationships where it's a friendship or more by ignoring the person, by not communicating effectively with them, by just like disregarding their needs and their likes and their wants and their dislikes and just being selfish. You know, it's just not on. And it's very, very important that I say this, you know. So going on to the second guy that came back in my life was another guy that a guy before the Indian guy who I dated, had an in-person date with from Facebook. Again, said he could live without sex. I didn't know about that, but it's a bit more possible with him. He was older, in his 30s, actually. But the problem was I had a really nice date when I met him in person in London. I enjoyed that time, but unfortunately, he told me a fake story about himself. And I found this out a few days later, and he was dishonest. And he thought, like, he basically then tried to deny the dishonesty and deny the lies. And I'm not going to go into his personal business, but it was a lot of it was like half of it was completely different story to what he originally told me. And he made up excuses as to why he lied to me. And I actually gave him another chance. Like, I gave him the opportunity to meet with me in London again and show me proof of the truth. But if you can't really trust someone because they lied to you in the first place, you don't know what the truth is, you can't be in a relationship with that person, right? Anyway, he contacted me by another number. I didn't know it was him because I got this message saying, "Hi Sandra, how are you? Are you sleeping?" And I thought it was the Indian guy, actually, the first guy I'm talking about. But it wasn't, because this guy just came. This was a new phone number because I blocked him on the other one. And this guy isn't Indian, he's Pakistani. Older, in his 30s, like I said. But he even lied about his age to me. When someone lies about an age, it's just ridiculous. And he was trying to lie that he didn't lie about his age, because on Facebook dating he said he was 32, but I found out he's not actually 32. And then he was lying that he lied. He said, "I didn't tell you that." I'm like, well, it's on your Facebook dating, and actually I did ask you in person. But a lie's a lie at the end of the day. If you're falsifying information in your profile, you're lying, right? But yeah, so I did ask him in person as well. But yeah, anyway, and again, he was like, when he contacts me, he knows I've got a soft, kind heart. And I have, but it's no reason to take advantage of me. And anyway, so he came back into my life and apologized to me from this new number. And then he's like, "Oh, I can give you proof so you can like see the truth and what was a lie to you." And then basically he was implying that we can have a clean slate and that, like, you can choose to have me in your life or not, right? But it went from that to then being, "Oh, I'll only show you the proof if you have a relationship with me." And it was very much, he told me, "I want a relationship with you." I'm like, there's no way I'm going to have a relationship with someone I've had one date with who lied to me and I can't trust. And he's like, "Well, how long is it going to take you to trust me? Like 1 week, 2 weeks, a month?" It's like, it would take me at least a couple of years, if that. But once you don't trust someone, you don't trust someone. And so it went from like, like being, "I'll come down, I'm really sorry," to like he expected me to get into a relationship. That's not a proper apology. An apology with an expectation is not an apology. It's not genuine. And he was like, "Oh," and then I said, "Well, I'm not going to London," which is where I met him before. I said, "You have to come to my city." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I just come to show you the proof and then I'm going. I'm not even going to spend any time with you until you can trust me," which is basically like bribing me to trust him, like, and like withdrawing, it's kind of a manipulation tactic where they'll give you part of themselves on condition that you do what they want, otherwise they withdraw themselves. It's a manipulation technique, unfortunately. And I'm sad he's done that, but he's done that. When someone like shows affection and says that they want something in return, yeah, exactly, a big no-no, Alice, a very big no-no, right? So if someone expects something in return, it's really bad. You should not give anything to someone and expect something in return. You do it because you care about the person, you want them to be happy, and if you're apologizing, you're doing a genuine apology. So it's not an apology. Nothing's changed. Nothing's different about him. And then he kept putting off even the fact he would come down, like, "Oh, well, I've got to go and see this person now, so then then there's that to add to it." And I'm like, what I mean? It's just like very much control and manipulation, to be quite honest. And I didn't say that to him, but I know it is, and he watches this channel, he said, as well. So there you go. I know he's trying to control me and manipulate me by doing that, and it's sad. It's absolutely sad, because this guy, the guy in his 30s, has had at least 2 long-term relationships before, as far as I know. But if he's telling the truth on that, or at least 1 long-term relationship and 1 serious relationship. And it's not like he's never been in a relationship before. If it's true, one of the relationships he had was 3 years. So I don't understand why he would treat me like that when he must surely have been caring somewhat to be in a relationship with a girl for 3 years previously and honest somewhat. But I know stuff's happened to him in his life, and it seems he's turned to the dark side, which, fine, but don't drag me into your dark side. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in a liar. I can never trust you again. And it's just like, it's disgusting. You don't come back into a woman's life, apologise, not having changed. Neither of these guys have changed. I don't want them contacting me again, ever, unless they genuinely, years down the line, decide to completely change and be completely different people. And the Pakistani guy who's completely lied to me, I don't think I'd ever trust him again in my life. The Indian guy I can't see ever changing because he doesn't want a committed relationship with me, which is fair enough, but leave me alone then if that's not what you want. Go and find some woman who wants to hook up with you and shag you, excuse my language, and not give a shit about you, excuse my language. But, if that's what you want, if you want to be treated like that, go ahead and let a woman treat you like that. But it's not something I want, and it's not something you should go around treating others like. It's disgusting. I'm fed up with these guys thinking that I'm kind-hearted and so they can push me around and manipulate me into thinking they're the only one that I can ever have because, they're so good when they're not good, guys. These guys are not good, and no guy should come back into his woman's life unless they've done the work on themselves with a therapist. I'm talking about a therapist. If any of you guys are manipulating a woman in whatever, making her feel that she cannot get a better guy than you when you're not treating her very well anyway, you need some therapy to sort those issues out. Really, you do. And there's nothing wrong with therapy. It's good. I've had therapy. Lots of people have therapy. There's no shame in it. But clearly you've got issues if you have to manipulate and control someone and you can't actually love and care for someone. And, and you're emotionally cut off and some of these people are avoidant. You've got avoidance issues. You need to sort it out because you're only going to take those issues to other relationships with other women and you're going to have similar problems, right? You need to, take responsibility for your own actions, the way you're treating and affecting women and people in general, Take responsibility, ownership. And say, yeah, I treat this person badly. I'm going to sort it out. I've clearly got issues going on where I feel insecure or I just like to manipulate and control because I like to feel powerful or whatever is going on in your mind, and go and get it sorted out. Work through these issues. Be an actual responsible person in your life and go and sort them out. Oh, my book's just fallen on the floor. Oh, my God. Asexual Perspectives book. But yeah, so I just it's disgusting, and you don't lie to people. Surely this is basic things you've been taught by your parents or whatever as a kid. Lying is bad, right? Deceit is bad. Manipulation is bad. Control is bad. Expectation of something in return is bad. Can't drop the masterpiece. Oh, bless you. But, I just need to say this because both these guys are saying they watch my videos. So I need to give them some straight advice. And they'll say, like, even the Pakistani guy goes, oh, I love watching your channel. It makes me happy. I learn a lot. But they're not learning anything if they're not putting anything into practice that I'm saying to them. They're just like letting it go in their head and out the other side of their head, through one ear, out the other. Right? If you truly learn something, you need to apply it. Take action, apply, not just go, oh, that's a good concept. You have to go and apply it and take action and be an active participant in life, not a passive person, right? The only way we learn and change and grow is if we actively go and do something that we're not used to doing to become better people. All of us can improve. I can improve, you can improve. But it's no way to treat people like this. It's no way to treat women, and it's no way to treat anyone. And if either of these guys want successful relationships in the future with women, then they need to change to become better women, better guys for women. Or they're going to end up not having very good, healthy relationships. Why would anyone in their right mind want to go down life and then have an unhealthy relationship. Sure, they can get relationships probably again in the future, maybe, if they're good at like conning other people, maybe. But you know, or if they don't, you know, if they find people that don't mind liars and that don't mind hooking up, they might find someone, yeah, great. But at the end of the day, long term, you want a healthy relationship, not just any relationship where you get in the relationship with someone and it's unhealthy because you're in for a hell of a rocky road, not a good life, and it's not good, and it's bad karma as well, you know? I mean, this Pakistani guy, he's like, oh, I'm suffering without you. How do you think I feel when he's lied to me? You know, like it's like he's the victim. Excuse me, you're the one who's lied to me. I haven't lied to you. I've always been open, honest, kind, and caring towards you. If anyone suffered, it should be me because I'm the victim of your lies, not you. And if you were truly suffering, then you know you would like change, wouldn't you, to become a better guy and stop all this nonsense about, oh, I'll only show you the proof of me being what the truth is if you get into a relationship with me. I mean, it's blackmail, emotional blackmail. I'm not interested. You know, it's just disgusting. It's not okay to treat people like this. It's not okay to lie. It's not okay to deceive. It's not okay to ignore messages. It's not okay to control and manipulate and try and say that you're the best person for someone and no, I can't get anyone else. I can get someone else, or I can be on my own. I'm very happy to be on my own. I take good care of myself. I love my home. I love my life. Have a great time on my own. There are plenty of other guys out there. I don't have to get into a relationship with anyone, you know? And so, yeah, and a lot of the guys, they just lie about obviously not being able to live without sex. Some guys, I'm the only girl they can actually get. They've told me that. Oh, you're the only one that took an interest in me. So actually, it's not me that can't get other guys. It's actually usually them that have no other girls much interested in them. That's actually the reality. And so they're trying to control and manipulate me into thinking I can only be with them because they're so amazing for me, because they're the one who actually knows that and has told me that they're not really got that many people interested in them. You know what I mean? So it's actually the opposite. But they wanted to control and manipulate me into thinking they're the only ones for me, so I get back into a situation with them that they want because they're feeling selfish, you know? Being selfish, you know? It's like they want me when they want me. When they miss me, they're thinking about me. You know, it's like it doesn't work like that in life. Stop hurting people. You know, stop doing things for selfish reasons. Start actually living a good life, helping people, doing something good with your life, you know, and being kind and caring, you know? I believe anyone can turn their life around, but not many people do. But I know some that do. Right, but it takes years to turn your life around and change and become a good person. If you've like, you know, and you have to go through a process of therapy usually and getting some help. And you have to change yourself, be willing to change yourself. And if you think it's fine to just ignore women, not message them, ignore their feelings, just come back in their life when you're feeling lonely or something's wrong with you, and then you just lie or deceive or don't really care about the person, it's all to do with you, it's not good, it's not on, it's disgusting. Right, then the third person that came back into my life within the 7 days after I said I was doing a dating app detox, right, the third person was someone I was friends with on Facebook for years, an Indian guy, not asexual, but really supported asexuals and the LGBT plus community, because he used to be very active in those, not active in there anymore, but he used to be a very active, very vocal in a lot of groups and stuff, LGBT groups and asexuality. He was always posting my stuff. He was always really supportive, was on this channel, and I video chatted with him before, and I've met some of the people he used to work with, some of his family, and unfortunately, like when he originally met me, he actually contacted me because he was interested in coming to the UK. So he was basically originally going to use me to come to the UK. And one of the first messages I got from him was, oh, like, I'll come over and live with you. It's like, no, I don't know you. Why are you saying this? And I would usually just block someone like that because they're usually really bad guys. But this particular guy, I didn't actually block because I ended up seeing him in LGBT plus groups, and I ended up thinking he has got a heart, and I ended up getting to know him. And, you know, to cut a long story short, one of my friends messaged me, my older female friends, who watches this channel, on Facebook, to tell me, like, say, who is this guy? He's a friend of yours. Why is he friend requesting me? Why would I be interested in a younger Indian guy? And basically, then I knew he was up to his old tricks of connecting with older women in the UK again, probably to get a visa, right? And so I was really, really disgusted by this. I thought he changed, you know, and I questioned him about it. He said he basically denied contacting her because I didn't message her. I said, no, you didn't message her, but you wanted to connect with her. There's no reason for you to connect with an older woman in the UK. It's absolutely, and one of my coaching friends he did that with as well. You know, so we started having mutual friends. So he's basically going around friending my friends, older women in the UK, which, you know, there's no reason for him to do that other than he was up to his old tricks. And so I was really disgusted by this, was really upset because I thought he changed, and, you know, and then he says, oh, I have changed and stuff like this. But it's like, clearly not. There's no reason for him to be connecting with older women in the UK that were my friends. There's no reason for it. And so anyway, to cut a long story short, is denying that he even tried to connect with my friend. And over the years, he has said several times that he would come to the UK, and he was just lying about it, you know, because he knows me and him were very romantically interested in each other, and he said he could be without sex even though he's heterosexual. It's possible he could, because he's been single for a number of years, and he's an older, like, he's in his early 30s, and he's now, I think he's around 30 now. Not when I first met him, he was late 20s, I think, when I first met him. But, you know, like, I know this, it's a shame because I met some of his family, I met some of his friends on camera. I kind of felt like I was part of his family. So it's not like it's an Indian guy trying to keep me secret. He was quite, you know, like, he went one of his family weddings. You know, he was there video chatting with me with his family in the same room. And so I really felt he cared about me and genuinely liked me and genuinely wanted me to be part of his life. Anyway, so he said that he wasn't gonna have, like, he knew that in the past he wasn't good, but he said he'd changed. But I said, clearly you haven't if you're trying to friend older women still. And anyway, so he said, oh, I'll create a new Facebook. But he was getting some therapy actually, which is really good, but it wasn't about that issue, it's about something else. And so yeah, he, at least he was doing something. But yeah, he said, oh, you know, that you're like a friend and family to me. You know, I'm like I'm a friend who's like family to him, like his best friend, and that he'll create a new Facebook, but just be for his friends and family. And that never happened, and I didn't hear from him till, like, you know, the same within, like, it was a Sunday last week, but I was out, so I didn't see his message on Monday. And so basically, you know, I told him, I said, you know, I just don't want to know, like, you know, like, you can't, if you're going to come back into my life, like, he said, oh, I said, you know, you come back into my life, you said you'd, you know, connect with me back on Facebook, you haven't. I presumed that if you came back, you'd be saying sorry that you lied previously and that you've changed, but clearly that's not the issue, you know, that's not happening. He gave me some excuse about the fact his phone had a problem with it. I'm like, you haven't spoke to me for ages. It's hard for me to believe they've had a problem with your phone all this time. And anyway, I told him, I said, you know, like, you can admit you lied. And I thought if you came back into my life, you'd admit you lied, say you're sorry, and actually, you know, like, be a better person. But no. And then also I said, and all the lying you told me before about all the times you come to the UK, and that was just lies. I said, I don't want to know anymore. You know, I just don't want to know this type of guy. I'm absolutely sick of guys driven by their ego who just, like, don't tell the truth. And, like, you know what I mean? I can't be doing with it anymore. So yeah, that was the end of that. He didn't try to say anything else, just accepted it, and there it was, gone. And I'd known him for about 4 years online, so that was quite upsetting when that originally happened. But as he's not contacted me for, I think it's a couple of months at least, I can do without him now in my life because I've got used to not speaking to him anymore. Whereas before we used to message regularly on Facebook. But because he's been out of my life, I mean, why should I have him back in my life? He, clearly he was after women and lied about that again. And then, he's told me like loads of lies in the past about, oh, he'll come to UK, but really want me to help him to get into the UK. That's more like it. And so I've had enough, so I'm fed up with guys who are ego driven, very selfish liars. And it's just not on. It's not on to okay to treat women like this or any people like this. I don't know where your head is at. Like, how is it right for one human being to treat another human being this way? How is it good? How can these people look in the mirror and be happy with themselves? Maybe they're not. Maybe that's the problem, But I know I'm really, really honest, open, and caring and kind, sensitive person. I have got a soft heart, but it doesn't mean to say that guys can take advantage of it. And it's sick if you even think you can try and do that. It's disgusting. I love with all my heart. One day, the right guy will be very lucky to have me and will be very, very good for me. Right? Otherwise, I'll just stay single my whole life. I'm quite happy to be single because I'm really good as a solo artist of life, actually. I'm a very strong person. Right, and it's a shame because with me personally, because I am a good person, I always see the good in people. I the guy, for example, who emailed me, I saw the good he did for other people in the LGBT plus community. He used to give blood. I met his family. I know, I know quite a lot about him, and he has a very, very kind, caring side and big heart side. But then, lying to me and making out he's going to look to come to UK and giving me hope because he knew that I really liked him and we were attracted to each other. It's not good, and not admitting that he was after women again in the UK is not good. And so yeah, it's just not good. And then obviously a Pakistani guy, I did feel sorry for him because I know he's had a hard life, but at the end of the day, kind of like he could be using that to his advantage, which I'm sure he was, in saying, "Oh, I'm suffering now because I'm without you." It's like, well, you don't come back into someone's life. If you really cared about me, he would have come and apologized and just straight away go, "I'll come to your city. I'll show you proof of what the truth was. Wasn't it? If you want to spend some time with me, it'd be great. I'd really appreciate it. It'd be nice to get to know you at least as a friend because I offered him friendship. He didn't even want to know that, But it's a shame because I saw potential in him of how nice, a kind, caring person he could be, but he wasn't like that at all in the end because he was like lying and stuff. I don't believe he's completely bad at all. I believe he's got a heart in there, and I believe he could be a nice guy, but not as he is now. As like I said, I think he's gone to the dark side. I really do. And it's a shame. I hope he changes that in the future. I hope in a couple of years' time he completely changes his life around and becomes a much better person. And then the 21-year-old Indian guy, I ended up getting love feelings for him. I really genuinely cared about him. And I could have seen loads of potential, but he's not that type of person at the moment. I don't know if he ever would be. I doubt it because even he knows that if he wanted a relationship with me, he would need to be a much more different guy. And so it's a shame because I saw how me and him could have gotten really well and had so much fun together, but he's just like not that type of person at the moment, because I think he would have had fun with me had he actually been a decent guy and not just wanting hookups and stuff and valued my worth, which he doesn't value my worth. So there's absolutely, he's just a completely wrong guy for me. Yeah. So, and I couldn't trust him anyway around other people. I need a guy utterly devoted to me and actually wants a serious committed relationship. And he doesn't want to go round in secret like a 5-year-old, like, oh, I can't be seen. I really don't do that type of thing. I don't live like a caged animal. I like to be free to kiss in public and, just be free together. So clearly none of these guys are the right guys to be in my life. And I just wish that if any guy's going to come back into a woman's life, he would go away for a couple of years, spend time working on himself to actually better himself and better his life before he comes back into hers. But if he can't match her needs, what's the frigging point? If he wants to lie and deceive again, what's the frigging point? I just want a guy who's never lied, never deceived to me in his life, who I can totally trust 100%. And I haven't found that guy for a relationship. I got friends like that. I have such amazing friends that are super honest, don't lie to me, really genuinely care about me, love me as friends. I adore my friends so much. My best asexual friend, I think, I don't know if you saw the videos, because they were worried about me being out late at night in London when my power died on my phone. They bought me a power pack because they were poorly when I went to War of the Worlds event. They were poorly, my best asexual friend, and they were poorly, and I lost power on my phone, and so I was out power in London for like it was like 4 hours and something, and even coming back on the train. And so, my best asexual friend bought me the power pack because they were worried sick, and they stayed up till 2 a.m. in the morning to make sure I got home safe. Like, they waited for me to contact them to let me know they were safe. They've been trying to get hold of me. And I couldn't sleep because they genuinely care about me and love me as a friend. That's true caringness and loving as a friend, right? And guys who claim that they care about me and want to be in a relationship with me or want to date me or whatever they want to do, they can't even act caring. It's just not caring at all. All they care about is themselves. They're not thinking about me. And one of my other best friends, they come and do shopping for me. They can clean for me. They don't expect anything in return. They're just really lovely guy and just amazing people. My best friend's amazing. I've got a best asexual friend who's currently in Hong Kong. She studies in my city. She is absolutely 100% honest, beautiful soul. I've got some lovely, lovely friends in my life. And so I know there's people out there, there probably will be an asexual guy for me in the future who'll turn up out of the blue years later, because it's taken me years to find my best friends. And my close friend, who's my friend from Hong Kong, she turned up to an asexual meetup one day, and we spent a day on our own on my birthday, and we've been really close friends ever since. And I really trust her. And like my best asexual friend Sam, I totally trusted them the first time I met them for 3 days, and spent 3 days, spent the whole 3 days with them at an asexual meetup of mine. Just totally trust them. That's very rare for me, With my friend Andy, we met through a dating site, and that took a little bit longer to get total trust. But yeah, so it's been really, really interesting experiences with my best friends. But my best friends will travel miles to see me. My best asexual friend, they'll travel nearly 200 miles each way to see me. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and I've got these guys who are interested in relationship or date with me that don't even treat me well, that lie, deceive, manipulate, try to control me, and and who are just not good for me. And they're not good for anyone in that state. It's not on to do any of these things. And so, I have beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous friends who really love and care about me. When you really love and care about someone, you just want them to be happy. You want them to be well. You want them to be safe. You want to look after them, right? I can look after myself, but a guy who genuinely cares about someone wants to look after them, and they don't want, they do want to be in a relationship or be serious with that person if they really genuinely care about them. But they want to do it in a healthy way, not a selfish way. Good guys do, but I just needed to do this video because, imagine like, I have feelings. I care about people. I genuinely can't help but care about people. And I care about people that are bad for me, unfortunately, because, but I don't care about them more than I care about myself. I love myself more than anything. And I'm not going to allow these guys to take advantage of me and to mess me around and to just come back in my life when they feel like it and then go off again. And coming for selfish reasons and not being honest with themselves even, I don't think, and so I just need to do this video, because it's very emotional for me. The first guy, the Indian guy, I ended up getting some love beans for. That's really difficult because I don't want to end up kissing hookup situation with him. It's just not on. If I was kissing, I would be thinking about saying I love you. I can't say I love you to a guy who doesn't love me back and also who's no good for me, right? So that's no good. That's out. And then the Pakistani guy is just like I said, it was like, it's conditional. Like, I'll show you that I wasn't lying on this if you be in a relationship with me. At the end of the day, you lied to me. I can't trust you. And, you know, it's no good dangling a carrot in front of me saying, trying to emotionally manipulate or blackmail me, saying, oh, if I do this, if I reveal the truth should be a given. Not like, if I reveal the truth, then you should be in a relationship with me. I want you to be in a relationship with me. It's just like, what goes on, you know? It's a shame because I do see the good in him. You know, I see there's some good things about him, and he could be a really good person if he wanted to be, and if he just stopped all this like deception and lying nonsense and be normal. And then the other third guy that I've been friends with for 4 years, it's a shame he couldn't just say, you know, that you were right. I did try to connect with women again. I'm really sorry I lied to you. And, you know, like, but no apology. And also the lies he told me about coming to the UK, I'm sick of them now. So, you know, it's better he's out of my life as well, even though that's difficult because it's 4 years I've known him. So that's really upsetting. So, yeah, you know, it's just like, it's not good for my emotions when these guys keep coming back because I know I have feelings. I have feelings for each one of these guys because I'm that type of person. But just because I have feelings doesn't mean to say I'm going to have them back in my life treating me like dirt, basically. It's not good. You know, and I believe all these guys can be better people. I believe all these guys have some good about them. But, you know, they need to make serious changes to be in a healthy relationship with someone in the future, which clearly isn't going to be me because they're no good for me. And like I said, you know, if you come back into anyone's life, you need to have done at least a couple of years of work on yourself. If you're not prepared to go to a therapist because your ego is like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm fine the way I am, then you're not going to get a serious, committed, healthy relationship, loving in the future, if you don't think you've got work to do on yourself. If you think you know it all and that your behavior like this is fine, then you're just going to end up having problems in your life. And I'm trying to help you now so that you can be better for someone else and get the love you really probably do crave deep down inside, you know? It's a shame because, like I said, I care. I care and have feelings for all of these 3 guys, but they're no good for me. So, you know, I need to move on. And I don't want these guys contacting me unless they truly changed. And I don't think that's possible to just change in a few months, you know what I mean? And especially if they've done no internal work on themselves, as in realise something's not right and wrong and they shouldn't be behaving like this, you know? I don't know why they don't look in the mirror and ask themselves, like, oh, I lied to this girl. Is it good? No. Do I feel good about it? No. What am I going to do about it? Well, I'm going to go and speak to a therapist and see why I actually do feel I need to lie to someone. Like, you know what I mean? And do need to manipulate someone and do need to try and persuade their brain. It's just not good. I'm really sorry for those guys treating me that way. And if you're a person who's watching this, who's ever been treated this way by anyone, I'm really sorry on their behalf, because they're not going to say sorry all the time because they don't think there's anything wrong with them. Or maybe a sorry will come with strings attached, you know? I think they should be ashamed of themselves for behaving that way and use that shame to actually become better guys rather than feeling shame for the rest of their life. They should just work on improving themselves. Yeah, men can be so complicated. Oh, bless you. I mean, I have nothing wrong with complication if it's healthy complication, you know, but it's just not good the way they're behaving, you know. I don't know what they think they're doing. You know, a healthy relationship is not got by lying, deceiving, manipulating, controlling, doing things out of selfish reasons, contacting someone when they feel like it, ignoring them the rest of the time, you know. And, you know, like some of these guys are like, oh, I don't want to hurt you. It's like, well, clearly you do, because you're coming and you're hurting me again. So stop it, you know. It's like, why come into my life? Because you're feeling lonely or missing me. It's like, well, treat me better then. You know what I mean? It's just like it's really upsetting, to be quite honest. But yeah, but I'm just getting on with my life, you know. I don't need it. It's a shame because I do think about these guys, you know. But you know, it's the way it is. You know, they're not any good for me. I can't be with them. You know, it's very difficult. But yeah, but yes, I hope this video helps someone. I hope it helps the people that the guys that watch my channel that I'm talking to. I hope they see that I'm just trying to wake them up to the way they are so they can become better people, better guys for other women, better guys for themselves, better guys in general. You know, like avoiding issues and not actually truly doing deep reflection work is not going to help anyone. You know, just sit in a room by yourself, talking to yourself, literally in your head, saying, why did I behave like that? Why did I lie to Sandra? Why did I deceive Sandra? Why did I expect her to get into a relationship with me when I've lied to her? You know, if a woman was lying to me, how would that make me feel? Would I want a relationship with a woman who was lying to me? I could never trust her. Would I want a relationship with a woman who was just being selfish? No. So why would I want a guy like that? Why would you be a guy like that? You know? And why would you just like avoid someone's messages, text messages, if you say that you ask the person to unblock you and then just don't read the messages? If you care about someone, why not answer your phone? Because you want to do things in secret. It's not good. You know, especially if it's not consensual. If the person doesn't want to be in secret, if the person doesn't want the same things, then it's not on. If you've got a woman who wants to hook up with you in secret and she loves doing that, fair enough, but it's probably going to end up in tears one way or the other, because even in casual relationships, like hookup scenarios, one person usually always ends up getting feelings for the others. And you can go and Google articles on this, article after article after article, and you will see that mostly friends with benefits scenarios, someone ends up getting attached to the other one more and wanting something more. The majority of the time. Not necessarily all the time, the majority of the time. And lots of friends with benefits, it's like they're in a relationship anyway, just unofficially, because they're non-committal. And they can see other people, but they're still having some sort of relationship. They're still having to agree to meet up, and it's still, you know, but it's consensual. It's what the other person wants. I don't want that, you know? And so, yeah, it's just ridiculous. But, you know, ignoring someone is really hurtful and not nice. And you know, I don't think these people like it done to them, but you know, sometimes it's only when people are treated badly that they appreciate the good. But I don't want anyone to be treated badly, you know. And sometimes even then they don't. And sometimes people that have been treated badly themselves, it's like they get bitter about it, and so instead of choosing to be and stay good, they turn to the dark side, you know. And so I don't know if that's what's happened with the Pakistani guy. He's turned to the dark side because he's had some people not being good to him in his life later on in it. But I don't know because I don't know him. I don't want to make excuses for him because at the end of the day, whatever's happened, he's clearly in the dark side now. If he has to lie and deceive and like say basically, I'll only show you the truth if you really have a relationship with me. It's like, it doesn't work like that. It's manipulation and control. I don't, you know, so I don't know if he's always been like that or if it's just like he's had not good stuff happen to him to change him like that. Either way, he is what he is now. And, you know, I hope he goes to the lighter side and he sees that, you know, the only, you know, the person, you know, like if you're lying to someone, you should be thinking about why you're lying to them and how you're making that person feel, you know, not lying that you've lied about you lying, you know. So I hope, you know, these guys all understand I'm trying to help them, but people just a lot of the time won't want to be helped because they don't think there's any problem. They just carry on. Maybe they don't have a conscience, but I do, you know. I care about people. I don't want to hurt people. I never intentionally go around hurting someone. I wouldn't go around lying to them and hurting them and, you know, like being dishonest and ignoring them when I've said I care about them, you know. It's just not on, you know, and I hope they change. I believe any of them could change if they really wanted to. But I think it would take years of work to do, not an overnight thing. And I think they they just, unless they realise they've got problems and it's not okay to treat people like that, I don't see any change happening. Which is sad, we've all got to make improvements in our life. Otherwise, what's the point in being in life if you're not growing, developing, and changing yourself into becoming a better version of you? We all need to change. Surely people want a loving, caring, healthy relationship. They don't want an unhealthy relationship. A healthy relationship is where everything's consensual, obviously, and that you're honest, kind, caring, committed. You discuss openly and honestly your feelings with each other. You keep the other person informed of things. You have a lot of communication, sharing feelings and emotions and thoughts. You do not belittle the other person. You do not deny the other person their feelings. You do not ignore them or manipulate or control them. You very much care for them. You want to look after them. You want to treat them well. You want to treat them like an equal. Want to be in a teamwork with them. And so and also the guy that I was met at the pub where the live band was on Friday night, sorry. The guy who was very intelligent, who I spoke to, for 2 hours, he was really attracted to me, asked me to go back to his place. I clearly said no, and I told him I was asexual way before that. Anyway, he was messaging me throughout yesterday to see if I want to go out. But I did say to him in the end that I was disappointed. I enjoyed the conversation. It was good. I liked intelligent conversation, but one thing I didn't mention before is that, I said, it didn't feel good when he denied that fibromyalgia was a disability, because I have fibromyalgia. Obviously, I wrote a book about it because this is Ace Fibro Girl Awareness Month, right? And, I fought to get disability benefits for 8 months about that. And I had to fight for my rights, and I was going to take the go to tribunal with the Department for Work and Pensions in the UK, but they settled out of court. So I've got personal independent payment at last, and I've got limited capability for work, and I've got the personal independent payment. The personal independent payment took me, like I said, about 8 months to get, and I was denied it twice because it's an unseen disability and generalized anxiety disorder as well. So it's very hard. You have to really fight for your rights, and I was going to be going to tribunal with them, but they settled to give me some PIP money, standard rates, So I got that for mobility and daily living, which was really good. It's not necessarily permanent. I've only got it for a year or so. But anyway, I got given it for 2 years, but assessed after a year again. So it's not guaranteed for life, but I'm really grateful for it. And, I work, it was really hard work trying to get the disability benefits, but basically he said fibromyalgia wasn't a disability, which it very well is. And when I had to go through a lot of the paperwork to put my appeal forward for the DWP, Department of Work and Pensions in the UK, to say that, I have got a disability, and my doctor wrote saying it can make me very physically disabled. And it was just really hard. And so for him to say, oh, fibromyalgia is not a disability, when he told me he wants to work with people who've got disabilities as well, which it's are you going to tell people that they haven't got disabilities when they have? And so I found that rude, obviously, but I said to him that I just felt like it was an attempted invalidation of my disability, and I'm looking for a guy who'll support me with my disability, because it took me ages to get help with that and to get it recognized as a disability. So and I didn't get any text from him after that. So that's fine. If he can't come to terms with the fact I've got disabilities, then that's not my problem. At the end of the day, I do have disabilities or unseen disabilities. I manage them really well the majority of the time. And so, I don't want to be invalidated by any guys, I want a kind, caring guy for me who's loving, respectful, who really cares about my feelings and my heart and emotions, who's not interested in lying, couldn't even lie to save his life, who doesn't deceive, who wants to spend quality time with me, time, public displays of affection time, and just like messaging me lots and high levels of communication. That's the type of guy I want for a relationship, not these other guys, you know? And so, yeah, like I said, I always see good in people. Anyway, all these three guys, I see some good in them, you know? So I hope they improve themselves. And I hope, you know, they do good in the end, you know? So, but it's not okay to treat women or anyone like they've been treating me. And they need to know that, because I'm not a pushover and I won't be told what to do by anyone or manipulated or controlled. And they shouldn't be thinking it's okay to do that, you know? So, yeah, I want to thank Alice for being here, and Alexandro Farsi. I love your name. And Alice, yeah, I want to say thank you so much. Yeah, so, yeah. But anyway, so I just like wanted to say I love you on here. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. I hope that you get good people for you in your life who treat you really well. I'm fortunate enough to have really good best friends and a close friend, and I know what it looks like to have someone who really cares about you, really loves you, and wants you in their life. And when I contrast that with the romantic interest guys who clearly are not like that, and I know there's something wrong, you know. And so I think it's really important to foster healthy friendships, because then you have a standard of what you look for in an actual relationship. And if these people don't meet up to that standard, they're just no good for you. They're not suitable for you. And maybe they are for someone else, but not for you. Anyway, I love you dearly, and I wish you the best of love, luck, health in your life. And I will see you soon on the next video live stream. Lots of love. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live. Right now, I'll post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And yes, see you soon. Lots of love. Bye. Bye.